Lord.
Hello, everyone. For those of you who have never joined us before, this is On One with Angela Rye, our special Masterclass edition that we have begun to get all of us through quarantine. And today, I could not be happier because I have two of my favorites, some gospel greats. One who dropped an album that's out today. This is going to come out later, but her album is out today. I'm going to make sure I post about it. Kierra Sheard and Karen Clark Sheard, the legendary Karen Clark Sheard from the legendary Clark sisters. If y'all haven't seen that new movie, you are missing out on all the things. Please check him out. So thank you, ladies, for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
I am so excited to be doing this for so many reasons. I'm going to start by telling y'all, speaking of quarantine, we were talking about this before we really got started. This season has been so different, and we're finding ourselves in confined spaces and all of these things. So how are you all making it through right now?
Well, we're doing our normal because, like every day, I think it's so great that, we come together as family. We're rebooting. That's what's been coming to mind with me. It's like God gave us a wake-up call. He just had a lot of things on his list to have us, doing around through here. So I'm coping. Of course, I don't know if Kierra shared with you, but my mother-in-law, my father-in-law was, of course, stricken with the virus, and my brother-in-law. So, but thank God, by you asking how are we coping, I'm telling you, with the help of God, of course, my mother-in-law and father-in-law are progressing. They're in the hospital, but they're getting better. And my brother-in-law is home. So we're coping. We're trying to do what we can to try to stay focused, because it's so easy for you to get depressed, and it's so easy for you to, rear off and, and have this giving up stage. But at a time like this, I think the Lord, with the movie coming out, that's so encouraging to me. So it allows me to focus and to have to be able to speak with you, to keep our mind focused on, the greatness of God in the midst of it. So we're striving.
What about you, Kiki?
It's been let me say this. It's not been that much of a challenge as I thought it would. Like when we started saying quarantine, I was like, the world is about to end, and I was really concerned. But now that I'm in it, I agree with my mom. And as you said, we were talking about it offline. I feel like it is a moment of us resetting and just kind of restoring. I literally have been doing some evaluating. And I noticed that I was telling a friend, I've not been on as many prayer calls as I've been on since I've been in this quarantine. So that's kind of embarrassing to say.
Yes.
Yes, but I've been doing that, and then I've been just diving into my word. So really seeking the Lord and just trying to make sure that I'm clear when he's speaking to me once I get back to the real world and outside of this. And even evaluating some relationships. I've been FaceTiming. I already FaceTime my mom every day, but my brother and I, we're close, but we FaceTime more because all of our schedules with my parents traveling for ministry. I'm doing my thing. My brother's doing his thing. So it's just a moment, from like Mama said, to reset, restore. I've been sleeping. I don't think I've been sleeping like
too much.
I mean, I haven't had to take no kind of assistance, just sleep.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been good, but that was a concern of mine, my grandparents, because I'm super close. I'm a very family oriented person, but when I say we've been bombarding heaven, like literally our family. We were just in the room the other day, and I was sitting on the floor, and Mama said, pray for your dad. And we just started praying because we're used to, there are bishops and first ladies and into the church. So we're used to serving people. But when it's time for us to cover each other, we do it, but we don't really have time to do it like that. So it's been that's what it's been for us.
Wow. So I definitely understand what you're saying. And just thinking about the prayer piece, there are so many among us who like grew up in the church or are church affiliated in some way, and like some folks will come around and be like, I'm gonna definitely be there on Easter, right?
Right.
And what I think is so interesting about right now is the people who you didn't even know ain't never had a remnant of prayer, anything on their, their social media right now. They know exactly who to call and where to go to right now. And so I think, as funny as we might make that, I think that it is also a great gift because people who haven't been on one accord in some time are doing that. And what's so interesting, too, is the timing of the release of this movie. Because I know for me, my mom is Catholic. My dad is Baptist. But I started going to Kojic Church when I was 16. And so, from 16 to 25. So that church, like when I tell you all the good memories, but all the triggers at the same time.
Right.
Oh my God. So my best friend and I yesterday did like an Instagram live version of my podcast yesterday. And y'all, we talked for over an hour about church memories, stuff from her. She went to an apostolic church. Like there was this one time where this man came, they flew this man in, and his whole message was sow the seed and sow the seed. We still don't know what that means. But he just kept saying it. Wait, and y'all have your own memories. Like he was like, sow the seed and sow the seed, and we were like, okay. Then he had us sow the seed to these pens. The pens were $5. Sow the seed to the pen. Ask me if the pen ever wrote. Ask me if it ever wrote.
What?
Yes, y'all know I'm telling the truth. It's like that $50 bottle of holy oil. It's like that. It's just like. Yo, come on. Like
right. The emoji. Oh my God. What do you mean? What is going on?
Man. So it's so funny because and Kiki, I was telling you I think a positive church memory since I just shaded this man. I hope his pen's right now. Sir, I hope your pen's right. But Kiki, I was telling you in 1997 when that Finally Karen video dropped, ask us how many times we watched that video.
How many?
Really?
I don't know. Yes. What do you mean? It was incredible. So I wanted to do this masterclass with y'all. We are going to do a few little church jokes and some moments to share. Hopefully y'all will share some.
You already said.
That's sow the seed and sow the seed. That's
sow the seed is epic. And it's not even funny because my $5 was gone. I was a student. Like, come on. But I do want to try to, y'all, I sang in the choir. But I was in the third row, really far from the mic in the soprano section. So I'm hoping.
She is killing me right now.
Listen,
far from the mic.
It's far from the mic. Every now and then I made my way up to the front row, but it was because people were gone that day or something. So I'm hoping that y'all will teach me how to harmonize today before we leave, like a Clark
that would
sister,
be fun.
and like a Kiki and a Clark sister. But first we have to do some church. We have some church business that we have to handle first.
Yes,
we just do. And the church business is this. I want you to fill in the blanks for me. Y'all ready?
Okay.
Look at this. Miss Karen's like, oh Jesus!
Right.
You're not gonna lose no members, Miss Karen. I promise you're not gonna lose no members. You ready? Okay. I don't know
what you come to do.
Hey, that's it.
Mommy.
No, Miss Karen is like, y'all not gonna get me out here. That's what she's doing. She's testing us first. That's what she's doing. Okay, here, y'all know this one. Giving honor
to God, who's the head of my life.
And to who else?
The
my
pastor. The pastor.
Yes, in their what? Where are they? In their absence. It's in their absence. They ain't never there.
And look at me holding my hand out like, I don't know what's right here.
Okay, this next one is praise the
Lord, everybody. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord, everybody. Praise the Lord.
Okay, now this one is epic for me because my best friend and I were at a concert and this boy had just got saved and he told me this was in the Bible. Now this is in the Black Bible, but it's not in the everybody else Bible. Here's the saying. He may not come
when you want him, but he's right on time.
And the man said that was in the Bible, and I was trying to tell him nicely that's not in any scripture. But
no,
alas, here we are. Not a single one. Okay, now what about this one? This is the church
of God. Oh my God. I would never think that you know this stuff.
Girl, what? Yes.
You are true to the bone.
Okay, hold on. Here's another one. This is scripture. We walk by
faith and not by sight.
Praise the Lord, saints. Okay, what about this? Yes.
Jesus. Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. See, she the new generation.
She too new.
But let me tell you what's hilarious is when we having a good shout at our church, because J. Drew, my brother, is over the music, so we like to go ham, shout, have a good time. The way my dad will shut us down is he'll start singing that yes, and everybody like, oh,
that means sit down.
Yeah. He still does that.
Right. That's his version of "No, y'all done." I love that. That is incredible. But what's so crazy is I feel like the older folks would use it, and that thing would go 10 minutes. Like soon as you get to that last, you have to be like, "Yes, Lord."
Right.
Right. They're back. Okay. Here's one for you. This is personal. The safest place
in the whole wide world.
Yeah. That's what y'all gonna teach me later.
Yes.
Okay, here's a good one. This is shady to the Kojics, but y'all know this true. Miss Karen will know this true. Kiki, you might be too new.
Okay.
What is frying during the altar call at any Kojic church?
Chicken or fish?
Period.
Which one?
Yes. No, I would say chicken. I would definitely say chicken. But I'm going to give you fish because as long as it fries, they frying it. And I'm like, how are you supposed to concentrate on the next steps of your salvation? And I'm like, where's the chicken at, though?
Right. Smelling it in the sanctuary.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I love this. This is amazing. Okay, so I'm done with my games. I hope the Saints aren't offended and they're just actually encouraged and playing along at home.
Absolutely.
But, there were so many great moments from that movie. And Kiki, I really want to commend you because I didn't know your mama and still don't, but you know how we feel like we know her from the 1997 Finally Karen video. But I just feel like you were so spot on. Like, Kiki, oh my God. Are you going to do more acting?
I would love to. The only way I would have like a little sense of hesitation is because of negative reviews that comes with Hollywood. I'm ready for anything. You know, I'm from Detroit, so I'm ready for it. Yeah. But you know how some people can be. So I would love to, though. I would love to, yes.
I loved it so much. Karen, what did you think about Kierra's performance?
Oh, she was incredible. I was so godly proud to see another side of her that I didn't know she had. I mean, she's been on screens before nationally, but this is just, it blew my mind. I mean, the craft in which she exuded in was just impeccable, because I'm like, okay, Kierra, I did not know you had that in you, you know. And then I was thinking, I said, now see, was she acting when I told her to go sit down? You can't go to this out with your boyfriend. And she fell out on the floor acting.
Oh my God.
But she was, she blew my mind with her acting. I thought she did a great job.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. It was so well done. And I also was thinking about, Kierra, there's a side of you, and again, I don't know you well, but just from seeing you and how you like carry yourself, there's a side of you that also seems kind of shy and reserved. As big as your personality is on stage, I was surprised to hear that about Miss Karen, that like your mom was like, come on, Shy. Did she really call you Shy like as another name?
She did. She would just say, come here, girl. Just come here with your shy self. Shy, come here. She did. She had her many names.
Wow. And is that something, Kierra, that you shared? Is that true that you are kind of reserved and like?
I can say that my mom is more reserved than I am. I'm a little chill, but I guess when it comes to levels, my mom is like on the higher level, and then I come in behind her, or vice versa. Because I talk a lot more. You probably can see too. I talk a lot more. I'm a little louder. She gets tired of me. I come in the house acting silly, and she's annoyed. So I am a bit reserved though, depending on who we're comparing it to.
Wow. Okay. Well, it was fascinating to see. I thought the other thing that was so good and so church, there were people, not in my church, but in Kojic church generally, who would say if you wore pants, period, not just on Sundays, pants, period, you wasn't saved. Like, not at all. So I was like, that was one of the parts where I was like, triggered. I wouldn't wear pants on Sundays, but I was like, I'm going to wear them to the drama ministry practice. What you going to do?
Right. Exactly. Yeah, that was actually that was one of my favorite parts when
Auntie Jackie.
Yeah, when she came to the door and Mother looked. Mother we had a door that had the square windows. I don't know if you remember those doors, but all she had was a square window. It was a wood door, but it was a square glass window. And she would look out there and see all her choir members would come to the house. I mean, just love on her. And she'd look out there and say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Y'all got to go and come back. Put your dresses on. Literally.
That is
and they come back. Yeah. So that was a good moment for me. Yeah, because those are moments that I remember Mom saying, it's a lot of things that we kind of played with her with, because my sister Jackie teased her because she said, because this is when my mother was, getting ill, and she had to do therapy. And so the therapist said, well, she has to wear pants, and she has to do this, and she has to do that. And Mama said, I ain't wearing no pants. She better do what she gonna do. I want you to know, Mama. And see, she had no choice then, because my sister, who's the nurse, she said, Mother, she said, now you can't override us now. We're going to be the mama now. Right. You got to wear them pants to get this therapy going. So she finally had to go along with it.
Oh, my goodness.
So we told her, now the tables done turned now.
Right.
So, yeah.
And speaking of tables turning, there's a moment where you all were so proud of this opportunity to perform at the Grammys, and the church, it was like the church kind of punished her for you all's success. And it, like, we know, like, from a biblical standpoint, it says go out into the world, right? And it was like, no, the ministry had to be restricted for the church. And you could see, first of all, Angela, like, oh my God.
She feel that wrong.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, all of you all are so worthy of awards for this, but like, I felt the pain. Again, I told you I had all kinds of triggers from church stuff on there, but like that moment, I'm like, I can't imagine what that must have been like. Everything that she had been training you all to do, and then to be basically benched by the church, right, for doing the right thing. Do you think that, has there ever been a conversation with the denomination, with Kojic folks in leadership, like, we probably didn't do that right?
Well, you mean as far as...
No.
Wait. Kiki was like, I'm not doing no first lady politics, Mama. I got this.
No. I'm so sorry.
So what do you mean? Like,
she mean, like, did anybody go, like how I showed you the video? Did anybody ever come back and apologize or say, you know what, we could have did this different?
Oh, yeah. No one did. No, they didn't. We pretty much got black for having the Sheards when we had our show on. My husband got a lot of flack on that. And because he loves the church, and he's one of the
Board of Bishops.
Yeah, Board of Bishops in the church, and he
is it Board of Bishops?
Yeah,
General Board.
General Board.
Sorry, my granddad is Board of Bishops. Daddy is General Board.
Right. Mm-hmm. So he's on one of the highest boards in the church. So he had to literally say, you know what, I can't do this right now. This is just not good timing, because they had an issue with it. So it's a lot of things that we had to sacrifice. Mm-hmm. You know, people don't know that side of it, is that we have to sacrifice because we love, you know, what we're in. We enjoy it. We love it. But what I love about my mother is that she didn't allow it to totally take her away, eliminate her away. Because my mother was making gold records back in the day. They don't know she was going into venues, that, of course, Baptist churches, we weren't supposed to be associated with Baptist people, and she had some Baptist friends. She was friends with Bishop Charles Ellis, Apostolic. Mm-hmm. So Presbyterian, her mother was a Presbyterian in the beginning. So it's like her roots, you know, and that's one thing that I think we learned from her, is that, you know, you have to go out. Like you said, the scripture says, go out and to reach others. You got to go outside of the church walls. And the Lord had opened that door for her to walk in, and she did it no matter what the cost was. She did it. And that's where we are today. You know, we may have to make a few sacrifices, and we will, you know, to give respect. But come on now, if the Lord got a door for us to walk in, to tap into ministry, letting it go out to places such as with Mary J. Blige and Latifah and Missy, you know, some of them have a problem, you know, rubbing shoulders with them. But God used them as a vehicle to tap into people who didn't know us. You know, so why would we say no? God gave us common sense. You know, so I did just what we did, literally what my mother did, and that was, you know, continue to keep your focus and stay your course, and keep doing what you're doing, unless God literally say, no, don't do this. Mm-hmm. You know, so that's why we're where we are today.
That sounds like a whole sermon that needs to be preached. Like, seriously, because you think about Queen Latifah, who you all, like, the Clark sisters surprised her on her show back in the day, like, Missy Elliott and Mary J. I was at the Essence luncheon where they were talking about doing this movie. Kiki, I don't know if you remember. Was that this past Essence or the one before?
This past Essence.
Okay. Yeah. So then they were all so excited about doing this movie. And then you think about people like Faith Evans that talks about, you know, the run she does and the inspiration behind, like, the Clark sisters, or even, I remember the album. And I can't remember the name of the album, but I remember the album where you all did, like, basically a redo and a repurposing of Jill Scott's song, right? And so, you know, like, it's just like there are so many different ways to reach people. I remember, too, another church trigger, sorry, but I remember, you know, when Kirk Franklin had God's Property and how the church responded to God's Property. I feel like now, making the connection to what happened with Dr. Maddie and you all, it was that same reaction. Anything that is new is not godly. There were pastors that would say, like, how he gonna have gospel over them secular beats, over them worldly beats, right? Or there was one pastor who said, how you gonna tell Jesus to go? You know, he had, go Jesus, go Jesus, go. He said, how you gonna tell Jesus to go? And I died. I was like, what is happening? What is happening? Anyway, right. But I think it's something to that, because I'll say First Lady Karen, not Miss Karen, but First Lady, like, you have the ability, because of your influence in the entertainment and the music space, and of course with the church, to really be a bridge on how are we going to reach people if we keep hurting people. You know, like, that's, and it's behind politics. Politics is everywhere, y'all. It's definitely in the church too. And we have to figure out a way to get past our fears, to take the faith leap to do the right thing by people.
Yeah, exactly. Woo. So true. Yeah. I feel that, of course, you know, even at our church, I have a group of wonderful young ladies, and a lot of times they want to go all out and do different things rather than the regular church. Mm-hmm. And I said, and I'll say, come on, y'all. If it don't, cross the line, because they know we have some boundaries. Because sometimes if you cross the boundaries, you'll mess up the anointing, the calling, and you have to be careful. So I yet tell them, come on, let's hang out together. Let's do this. Let's play games. Let's do this. Whereas back in the day in the church, they didn't do all of that. So I'm willing to, step out and be a little edgy, but yet not compromise.
Yeah. So Kiki, you have an album that dropped today.
Yes, I'm super excited.
It's so good.
Can I add to that point for the young adults that are listening? Because I know some of us don't like going to church now because we're afraid of that kind of approach from others. And I just want to assure those who are listening, not to make it a churchy conversation. Like there is more to life, but
when this is a full-on church conversation, we're good.
Okay.
I
want to say, my father did a Bible study on discretion and how Mama was saying, you can have fun, find the balance between faith and real life. But there's a scripture in the word that says discretion will keep thee, and I think it's understanding will preserve thee. And my father unlocked that scripture while he was teaching us and just letting us know you can live your life. Of course, don't do the things that would hurt God, and don't treat God like he's this Mufasa that sits in the sky and not like it's not a personal relationship. The same way when we're dating, we don't want you to treat us like a one-night stand. We want you to give us time and actually date us. Make sure you know me. Don't just call me when you need something, but have a relationship. That is how we should live our life according to that. Well, this made God smile. But when he was talking about the discretion, there's a way to find balance because you just don't got to show everything. And unfortunately, our culture encourages us to show everything. But what about your tomorrow? What about you making a decision and trying to figure out now, and you're not using discretion, but showing your stages of development that may not be healthy for your children to see because it could create a habit for them when it did not create a habit for you. So I think now, because we have so many progressive leaders who are not just going by the tradition and learned behaviors, they're now going by relationship and really unlocking the scriptures. That's what is winning a lot of us millennials and even all generations to the love of Christ. And now it's not just understanding the judgment of God, but it's understanding the love and freedom in God. So I hope that you will know that the churches are progressing. You have leaders who are after God's heart, who are integral, who are treating their wives good, who are not giving abusive behaviors or toxic behaviors, as we often mention in relationships. But you have people who have become fathers or leaders who have become fathers to the fatherless and to the motherless as well. And I've seen my leaders do that, which is why I'm so excited about them having this film, because they've been transparent. And the transparent piece is the winning piece to help me know that I can do this Christ-like thing. If you did it, and because you told me your stories, now I feel like I can relate. I don't have to feel shame to talk about these things. And one lesson that I learned from my mom, I had fallen off of a bicycle and I never forgot it. But she told me, Kierra, you have to take the Band-Aid off the wound so that it can get oxygen. Don't keep taking baths with the same Band-Aid. You have to let it breathe. And sometimes we let our issues and our challenges breathe to the wrong people, and we keep it boxed in to the same people. So I just hope that you would be encouraged, whoever's listening, watching, to be encouraged to know that there are some believers out there that are like, listen, if you caught me like, I'm sorry, Mom, but if you caught me like a couple weeks ago, I was saying words that I should not have been saying as this woman of God, but I had to talk to someone that will hold me accountable and say, Key, all right, let's get back to it. You know, the same way we exercise and work on our bodies, we have to work on this muscle of faith. So I hope that you're inspired to know there's believers out there that's like, let's do it. Let's go to the concert, have fun, have a for real conversation, but still get a prayer through and wait with expectancy and see that God is going to do something. So I just hope that y'all are inspired to know that it's not like it used to be yesterday. We have definitely progressed.
Well, Kierra out here sounding like a pastor.
Right.
And in addition to that word she just brought, you have this new album, and I do want to make sure people know, self-titled album that where you see all of her range and skills and some worldly beats.
Yes.
I'm just playing. But some contemporary, I think some more traditional. What is the one takeaway, Kiki, that you would want people to have from this album, from this project?
The same thing that I was just saying in my long-winded pastoral statement.
No, it was a word. That wasn't shade. That was a word.
Yes, thank you. But it's the same thing. I just want the world to see that, first of all, God is the best thing that could ever happen to you. And when you're clear of your purpose and you're walking with the Lord, you have less answers. You have less tendencies to let depression or anxiety overtake you. And so in this music, you'll hear declarative songs and songs with solutions, but you'll also hear a fresh sound where your friend can get in the car and be like, this gospel? And you like, yeah, this gospel. And you bring them on to your message and your message of faith and hope. So I'm hoping that they see that as a believer, as a person of faith, you don't have to be boxed in. My God is too big for me to be small. So I hope that that's what they get from this record. I'm super excited.
I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
I really, really am. And the Clark sisters got some new music out too, right, Miss Karen?
Yes. It's a little. We have a little bit of classic.
Yeah.
Thanks to my son, Jay Drew II, who actually took we have a couple of our old songs on there, to kind of bring everybody up to speed, the ones that remember us back in the day. And he has, of course, we got wonderful artists such as Snoop Dogg and
Jermaine Dupri.
Yes, as our
Rodney
producer.
Jerkin.
Yes, great producers that
So
made
good.
this record. So yes, it's out now.
Wow.
So I'm hoping that everybody go out and get Kierra's. I promise you will be ministered to. You really will be. And those songs on there on our CD, and of course hers too, it's so relevant for where we are now with this coronavirus. I mean, we got one song on there that Jackie sings, and
Not
at the
coming
end
to
of
my house.
yeah, and I mean, we went really crazy. Who gonna put in their song? It's not coming to my house. It's not coming to on a song. But, I mean, if God gives it to you and put it in music and it works, hey, so it'll bless you.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm so excited about this. Okay. So, since y'all are some miracle workers, what I really want to do is learn how to harmonize like a Clark sister. And wait, did you already laugh at me, First Lady Karen?
I'm not laughing at you.
You are the
No,
child
I'm
of
not
Dr.
laughing
Maddie Miles Clark. You can do this. Like, what are we laughing for?
Yes, come on. Yes, you can do it.
I mean, what are we laughing for?
I believe in you. I do.
Look, I got my tea. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Now see. That's where you mess up.
Right.
Right. So here's my dream. My dream is first if we could do some warm ups so you can see how far we have to go. But the other point is, can we do the riff at the end of Safest Place?
Uh-oh.
Wait, Kierra, what? I'm talking about the one when you were younger. See, when you were younger, as you started getting older, Kierra, you really started showing out on the record. I ain't talking about that one. I'm talking about the basic one. And at the end, when you say go, I'm just going to say go. I'm not going to sing that go at the end. See what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that I could do the build up until, but when it gets there, I'm just going to leave that to the Lord and to the Clarks and the Sheards in the room. That's what I'm thinking. So maybe we could do a little vocal warm up, and then we can try to give this a go.
Okay.
Look at your mom's face. First? Look how she's looking.
Oh my!
She said,
right.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
Okay, you want?
Do we need to pray first? We might need to pray first. We might need to pray first. You got any $50 holy oil over there? Lay that on the screen.
Right.
Because let's try.
Oh my Lord.
That's
Okay.
right. Get your teeth on your vocal cords.
Oh.
Mine ain't gonna sound like that.
You can do it. You come on, sis. You got it.
Do it with me.
Oh.
Oh Lord.
Your mama said, "Oh Lord."
Oh.
Okay, well, maybe we can start with one that's a little more basic. How about that?
Okay.
Kierra, you look like you saw a ghost, child. How you just looked at me? Cause I'm like, where are we? Okay.
Okay, say, you want to try? You want mama to go or you want me to go?
Whoever's gonna teach me better. Ooh, y'all's faces are so cold. You like, what have we done? Come on, it was at least the third row. It's been a little while, but it was the third row. Let me roll up my sleeves.
Let's do what do you do?
If God says go,
If God
go.
I remember that run. How did you remember that, Angela?
Because I told you we watched the video 9,000 times, and I was practicing yesterday.
Oh Lord.
Well, let's hear your practice.
Right?
No, you guys have
your
to.
practice.
I'm not gonna naturally sing in the right key. You got to give it to me, and you gave me one with all the whoa. I can't do all that. It's gotta be like a straight one first. It gotta
Okay,
be
say go.
go.
Yes! Yes!
Yeah, it's like, and amen, we're done.
You have a very great tone.
She did.
You
You used to
really
sing in the
do.
choir, so you had to have something.
Yes.
Well, again, it was the third row. Shout out to the first and second row of the soprano
Third
section. But yeah, I mean, we got to start somewhere.
I love it.
You wasn't that girl when my mother said on the movie,
Gum
gum chewer.
No, she would have been like, who is that flat? Who's flat?
Right.
Or she would have been like, you're sharp. That's what I tell people all the time. You're sharp. You're just sharp. You're sharp.
I love it.
I remember one time being in the choir and I was singing something. We were singing something. And one of the girls who could really sing, she must have turned her. I'm going to turn this way so y'all see her face. She turned around and looked at me and said,
Ooh.
yeah.
Because it was wrong.
It was probably real sharp. It was probably real sharp.
Now we do have to still work on that in the church choir because we do turn around, be looking like, hello.
Exactly.
Just whisper your note.
It's like, what is it that you singing?
Right.
What is it that you singing? Okay, come on, y'all. I need a little bit of a Clark sister lesson. I know you scared. I scared you on that run, but you started with a run. I didn't get no like. Kierra's like, what we gonna do?
Say, Jesus. Say, Jesus, unhook the chain. That's easy.
That's not the song.
Which one? Go?
Yeah,
said
no,
Clark
the song is not called Go, ma'am.
Right, save the place, remember?
Well, you just said Clark sister, so I thought you wanted to switch to a Clark sister song.
No, I'm just trying to make sure that, if anytime anybody is tired or they're sick or they miss their plane, you guys can call me. That's all.
Absolutely.
I'll be a substitute. Y'all gonna turn my mic off. Don't turn my mic off though, okay? You gotta let me keep my mic on. Kierra, I can see you. The babies are fine. You like, get out.
Mama we gotta set up the other video, so she's just gonna step out for a second.
Okay. Okay, First Lady Karen, are we gonna try this again?
Okay, we'll try this. We'll try this.
I love it.
Yo, I didn't know your mama was so shady. She get me so good by accident.
I don't mean no harm.
She said, I don't mean no harm, but your voice do. Your voice is okay, let's see. Just give me a couple minutes, and then I'm going to let you all go and help the bishop. He needs some tech support. We go ahead.
Right.
Okay, she wants to do wherever it may be. No, that's how do we start off the call and response? I just said
it may be. Yes. That's it.
Yeah. Okay, it may be.
It may be.
It may be.
All right.
On a mountain peak. On a mountain peak.
On a mountain peak.
Yeah.
Orin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I I'm like, don't crack, don't crack, don't crack.
The valley low, the valley low,
the valley low.
Wherever it may be, wherever it may be,
wherever it may be. Ooh, it's sharp.
If God says go, if God says go,
if God says go,
oh, go, oh, go.
Oh no, you didn't. That's what I'm not gonna do.
You stopping us?
Okay, y'all keep going. Y'all can go. I'm done going.
We're almost at the end of the song.
Okay. One more time. I'm gonna try. What is it again?
Oh, go, oh, go,
oh, go. No.
That's a good try. Good try.
I cannot. If you guys got to do the ones with no growling and no echoes. I can't do a growl or echo because I'm just trying to get the basics, First Lady.
Okay,
Kierra.
no growl. No growl.
oh, go, oh, go,
Oh, go.
yes, oh, go, oh, go.
I still think that's beyond my abilities.
No, it isn't. You've been doing the other ones. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you.
Part of it is like memory. It's like, which ones is that supposed to do again? Like, how am I do that and not be flat? That gotta be part 2. But you can finish it. You can finish it. I'll listen to the finish and I'll do the spoken word at the end.
No, that's it. Yeah, you'll kill that.
For sure.
Your mama said that's the one that sound like your calling. Do that one. You know how she would tell you, Kiki, she would tell you, nah, I didn't do that one. You're not going to do this one. I'm going to do that one.
Right. I love it.
So you all are wonderful. I am so grateful for you spending time with me today, and so elated for both of you for your new projects. For the movie, if y'all again haven't seen it yet, please see it. Please download their new albums. They are incredible people and incredible singers. So thank you so much for spending time with me today. And an upcoming actor. She's an actor now.
Right.
So
Thank
you to First Lady Karen Clark Sheard and to Kierra Sheard. I am so grateful. Thank you both.